Alright, I am here today outside in my beautiful yard enjoying this amazing weather, and I'm going to do a video on how to decide what yarn to buy. So in the first scenario, you have a pattern. First, look at the weight, find the weight of the yarn used in the pattern, find the fiber of that yarn, and then go to the store and pick a yarn that is the same weight and the same fiber of the pattern. And then make sure you have the right amount. You can look up by what size you're making how much yarn you need. So that's pretty straightforward. Don't substitute fibers if you're a novice, because fibers behave very differently from each other, and until you are familiar with them, just don't substitute fibers. If the pattern is wool, buy wool. If the pattern is cotton, buy cotton. So on. Okay, the other scenario is you have money to spend on yarn and you need help deciding what to get. First of all, if you have allergies, don't buy yarn you're allergic to. Second of all, color. Try to stick to colors that complement your skin, colors that you wear frequently. If you see a color you really love that doesn't look good on you, maybe decide beforehand, okay, I'm going to buy this orange yarn and make a pillow with it. I'm going to buy this yellow yarn and make socks with it. The next thing is your budget. How much money do you have to spend? Please buy quality over quantity. It's super easy to just grossly overestimate how much knitting you can actually accomplish. And I think it's better to buy yarn that's really a joy to knit, that's soft and dyed beautifully, that is going to last a long time and just retain its luster for years to come, because you're going to be pouring hours and hours of your life into this thing you're knitting, and it's really a shame if months later you come back and you realize that this thing you knit just doesn't look very good anymore because the yarn is not of high quality. So just something to consider. You don't need bins and bins of bargain yarn. You can't knit that much. If you can, more power to you, but most people can't. So just try to practice self-restraint, which is really hard, and buy yarn that's really lovely, that you're really gonna enjoy and is gonna last. Okay, so then after that, what to consider? Let's see what I have here. Climate. If you live somewhere that's generally warm, you might want to gravitate towards plant fibers first because they're more cool. If you live somewhere that's generally cold or has a very severe winter, you might want to consider animal-based fibers first for a little bit of guidance. And then the last thing you want to think about is what you want to knit with this yarn. If it's a small accessory like gloves or socks or a hat, you need about 100 grams. If it's something like a baby sweater or a small shawl or what do I have here? Or like long gloves or knee-length socks, you're going to need about 250 grams. If you're thinking a large shawl or a tee or a tank or a pillow, that's going to be about 300 to 400 grams. If you're thinking sweater, like a wrap, a cape, that's going to be 500 to 700 grams if you're in the smaller size. 700 to about 1,000 grams if you're like a large size or above. And then you have like coats, dresses, or blankets. Those I would tackle only with a pattern, because you can easily push upwards of 2,000 grams, and you really want to make sure you have the right amount of yarn. But yeah, if you want to knit like a queen size blanket, that's going to be like 2,000, at least 2,000 grams of yarn. Cable work will require more yarn. Fair Isle work will require more yarn. And other than that, I think that's all the wisdom I have to impart for now, without going into mundane detail. So If you have any questions or comments, just let me know below and I will try to answer any questions you have. And thank you for watching.